Before we get to the movie, I want to talk about the song The Long Black Veil. I know you're not a fan.
Not at all.
For those of you who don't know, The Long Black Veil, a man is accused of murder due to circumstantial evidence. All he needs to do is provide an alibi, and he doesn't get executed, but he can't because he was, quote, in the arms of his best friend's wife.
Why are you bringing this up? Are you trying to tell me something?
In front of the world! So he takes his secret to the grave, and she goes to his grave in secret and mourns him, wearing a long black veil. I think I might be starting to come around to your way of thinking about the song. It's just kind of always there.
No matter how fast you play it, it still seems like it's 10 minutes long.
I think The Long Black Veil would make a great movie. Mm-hmm. You take the story, you flesh it out, you find out the real reason why they're not talking. Hopefully it involves vampires. I've got a bunch of movies that I've never seen before. You don't know what they are. Every episode I'm going to spring one on you. It might be good, it might be bad. We'll watch it and talk about it. Welcome to the basement.
Have we had a John Goodman movie on the show, ever?
Yes.
Which one?
Masked and Anonymous.
That movie wasn't very good.
Nope.
We need a better John Goodman movie. How about The Emperor's New Groove? Oh, he winces at it. He winces, boys and girls.
I saw a trailer for it back in the day, and I just said, I never want to watch this movie.
Well, the good news is, you get to.
Yeah, it's true.
Released in 2000, TENG stars David Spade, Eartha Kitt, Patrick Warburton, and John Goodman. This is the 40th feature-length animated cartoon. This is the 40th feature-length Disney cartoon, but it almost wasn't. The entire project was nearly scrapped after a disastrous test screening. It was originally called Kingdom of the Sun, had a bunch of songs by Sting. Director Mark Dindal salvaged the operation, turning it into a wacky comedy, keeping only Spade, Kitt, the Incan setting, and one of the 6 songs that Sting wrote for it. Now, I know the internet isn't exactly the most reliable source of information, but it told me this. Writer, director, basement alum David Mamet said this about the movie. It is one of the most brilliantly innovative scripts Hollywood has produced in years. I found this cited in half a dozen different web pages and blog entries and stuff like that, but no source article. So let's call it an internet fact. In this movie, Eartha Kitt plays a sorceress. Maybe you want to try your hand at sorcery. Well, here's a little starter's kit.
Pranks.
Magic tricks.
Trick pencil fun.
Yes.
I'm going to give it a try.
Let me know when you're done. Ah! You're showing me the bend. You have to hold it up and away.
Oh, right.
There we go.
I'll never be a sorcerer.
So climb on over yon high Andean peak and go down the other side to the old leather couch where we're going to watch the Disney animated festivity, The Emperor's New Groove.
Look, it's grooving.
Yeah.
As long as John Goodman's character at some point screams, I will show you the life of the mind, I will enjoy this movie.
For the point of this discussion, I will be pronouncing it Llama. Hey, Yoda, come out! We're here, Yoda!
Grooving I am! You donkey!
Down in a dismal swamp, there is a llama.
And he speaks.
That llama you're looking at was once a human being. And not just any human being.
A smarmy human being. Me, David Spade.
I'm that llama.
What?
I used to be Emperor Kuzco. We flash back.
I hope this movie has plenty of sacrifices, like human sacrifices in it.
Yeah.
That's always fun. It is the eve of his 18th birthday.
And let me tell you, there's groovin'. I can't imagine anyone less naturally groovy than David Spade.
He can do whatever he wants. He gets to knock old men out of windows.
There's a humble villager, Pasha. He's been summoned by the Emperor for some reason.
Emperor Kuzco has an advisor. Her name is Yzma.
And she's got this big hulking assistant named Kronk.
She does the scheming and he does the crushing.
Kronk. Get cronked yourself, son! Yzma's supposed to advise the Emperor, but she finds herself often doing the Emperor's job for him, and he doesn't like that.
What do you say, Kuzco?
Whoa, no touchy. No touchy.
You're fired.
Wacka frack, fracka wacka. Fred Flintstone used to swear.
Yeah.
He used to curse, and we watched it as children, and we knew what he was doing. He may as well have been saying actual curse words. Racka fracka sounds really, Speaking of Fred Flintstone, here's John Goodman. The Emperor is asking Pacha things about his village. How nice is it? It's the most beautiful hill in the land.
I'll take it.
Booyah! Welcome to Kuzco-topia.
I'm gonna put my own little swimming pool on top of it, and you and all your friends are gonna have to leave. Sorry, pal. Bye.
Yzma wants revenge.
I'll just poison him with this.
And the poison for Kuzco.
Poison for Kuzco.
Kuzco shows up for dinner.
Drinks the poison and dies. Okay, I guess that's the end of the movie. Wait, he's not dead.
Okay, what were we saying?
You gotta pull a Rasputin on him. He turns into a llama.
A llama? He's supposed to be...
A llama! What they thought was poison was llama transformation liquid.
Oh, no, and it's a talking llama, so the Emperor can be like, hey, I'm the Emperor, man. Oh, cha-cha-cha. Here's a Hollywood minute.
Kronk goes to dispose of the transformed emperor.
Still think I'm not the victim here?
He complains, but he can make his own wool.
He threw him in the river like Rasputin. But he has a crisis of conscience. He can't just murder someone, so he snatches the bag back out of the river just in time. Things get mixed up, and that bag accidentally lands on the cart of Pacha.
Hey, you!
Get off my cloud. And I do have clouds. I live in the Andes.
I also have those mints. He takes it back to his village. There he sees his pregnant wife and his 2 children. Pacha discovers the llama.
Emperor Kuzco?
Cha!
Now I can bash your head in with impunity, and no one will do anything about it.
My face, good!
He just pulled a reverse Narcissus.
And you turned me into a llama!
It's pronounced Llama.
They're going to say llama about 200 more times, and they're going to pronounce it wrong every time.
I chose the wrong movie.
I think you just need to block it out. Take me back to the palace. Yzma can turn me back. You have to change your mind about your pool party.
And build your summer home somewhere else.
No deal. I'll just walk back on my own. The jungle is dangerous. There's all kinds of monsters out there.
I can just take care of this on my own. How bad can the jungle be? Jungle is filled with bad.
He encounters a squirrel who annoys him.
Ow!
Cecil, the pride of jaguars. Is this the end for Kuzco? No. Pacha swings in on a vine. That vine is hanging from a star, I think, and rescues him.
He gets strapped to a log. The log falls into a river. The river goes over a waterfall.
Dad, look out!
Tipo, what is it?
I had a dream that Dad was tied to a log and was careening out of control.
Oh, he's a precog. Mommy, why is this the scene where everyone in the theater goes to the bathroom? Mouth to mouth. Mouth to mouth, come on.
Now the movie's gonna get erotic.
Miscegenation. So close.
All you care about is building your summer home and filling it with stuff for you.
Yeah, Doi, me.
Doy, that's an Incan word.
There's gonna be like 200 anachronisms in this movie because that's what they're doing.
Block him out. Back at the palace, Yzma has assumed control. Her character is that feather arrangement personified. She finds out that Kuzco is still alive.
You and I are going out to find him.
That is accurate John Goodman bulk circa 2000. You need me to take you back to the palace or you're gonna die. But you gotta not destroy my village. Okay, fine, I won't. He's giving him the Larry David treatment. They shake on it. He's giving him his word. But how much is his word really worth?
It's called a double cross.
I hope this movie ends with Pacha back at his house with his family and they're having dinner and the Roseanne theme is playing. They cross a rickety bridge. Wages of fear. Kuzco will not rescue him. He says, I was going to screw you over once we got back to the palace. I am going to destroy your village.
We shook hands on it!
This isn't a hand. It's a hoof.
The funny thing about shaking hands is, you need hands.
Oh, damn it. God, I could have been working for Disney back in the 90s. Bye-bye. Spade. We didn't do that once in the movie. That bridge isn't safe for man or beast.
No touching.
And then they both fall.
They both have to work together to save each other.
I snatched you right out of the air.
In conclusion, no touchy. I have to take you back to the palace because we shook hands on it, and that means something to me.
I'm still building Kuzco-topia when I get back.
Well, 4 days is a long time. Who knows?
Yzma is out with Kronk looking for Kuzco. She's going to find that llama and do it in. They find that squirrel.
Jaguars. No kidding.
I hate it when people say jaguar. That's not how you say it. And they find out that squirrel ran into the llama. Pacha and Kuzco find a convenient mead hall. No llamas allowed. They go in and have a meal.
We'll have 2 specials. Is that all right, dear?
No, I'm a pack animal.
Yzma and Kronk come in and sit at the table behind them. She just did manual telekinesis. She bent that spoon using only her hand.
So is he using manual telekinesis on that pot?
That's correct. There's all kinds of subterfuge. Kronk becomes a short order cook.
What are you doing?
We're dining and dashing. Kuzco finds out that Yzma is there. Perfect. She can take me back to the palace. I don't need Pacha no more.
Go on, get out of here!
There'll be no more diversions until we track that llama down and kill him.
Pacha!
Matcha pacha.
But Pacha is gone.
Sing, David Spade, sing! I long for my throne, my very own throne.
If he started singing in the voice of Sting right now, I wouldn't not enjoy it. He finds a field full of llamas and he says, I guess this is my life now. I'll just eat some grass. Then he hears Pacha's voice.
They're reunited!
Back at the diner, I didn't really...
Talk to the hand. 90s.
We're just gonna stop at the house and get some supplies.
Then we'll be on our way, right?
But then he hears that Yzma and Kronk are at his house, posing as his relatives.
Kronk is playing with the kids.
99 monkeys jumping on the bed.
One fell off and bumped his head.
I know this one.
Oh, I know this song. But 99, I'm so happy there's only 5 monkeys. That's not my aunt. That's the villain.
There's all kinds of hoo-ha. They get locked in a bathroom.
Tell us where the talking llama is, and we'll burn your house.
Llama.
Tell us where the talking llama is.
Llama. And then there's a chase. I hope they're paying the estate of Louis Prima royalties for this.
They're following each other's paths.
Hey, they're doing Map My Ride. They find their way into Yzma's laboratory.
There's a whole shelf full of transformation potions.
But the one that transforms you into human is missing. Yzma has it. What she should do is have that actually be poison, try and keep it away from them, fail, and then the king dies.
This is how we should kill someone sometime, Matt. I keep saying we have to kill someone. Successfully this time.
I will not be Loeb to your Leopold. The vials go everywhere. Pacha gathers them all up. They're chased throughout the palace. They keep trying these different vials, and Kuzco keeps changing into different animals. I've got me an emperor as big as a whale!
Yeah, I'm a llama again! Wait.
Finally, they're down to the last 2 vials.
One of them is accidentally ingested by Yzma herself, and she turns into the ferocious monster of them all.
Well, wow.
Once I turn back into my beautiful self, I'm going to kill you.
Sadie pulls this crap on me all the time. There's falling and ledges.
Kuzco!
Do I save my new friend from falling, or do I save the vial from falling? He saves his friend, and they end up getting the vial anyway. Drink the damn potion! And Kuzco does.
He turns back into himself, but he's been transformed in another way. Now he's a good emperor.
But he still has to be cool.
That village of yours, Pacha, it's no good. Your village sucks. I'm not gonna tear it down. You're gonna have to live there the rest of your life.
The hill next door is pretty good. I don't like those people. And then they got a swimming pool next door and they share it because they're friends. And now they can touchy.
And then the Spaniards came, killing them all. The end. Sting.
Oh, Sting. I complain about anachronisms in films like this a lot. It's not that I don't like it, I'm sick of it.
Yes.
It seems like every animated movie that takes place not in our time is in our time.
Aladdin was the one that was the big push. Not that it never happened before that, but...
Beauty and the Beast did it a little, but Beauty and the Beast was subtle. I will pay this movie the high compliment that it was better than Shrek. Maybe that's not so high a compliment.
That's not a high compliment at all.
I kind of hate Shrek.
Yes.
It had a lot of inspired comic business.
Pull the lever, Kronk. Wrong lever! Why do we even have that lever?
How did you get back here before us?
How did we, Kronk?
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
It was very clever how it progressed that way.
Yeah.
It built, and suddenly it became unlike any other Disney movie I've ever seen. It becomes a Bugs Bunny slapstick cartoon.
I think this is a rarity. You often don't see female characters doing slapstick.
Yes.
And the Eartha Kitt villain does a lot of it.
It's tricky to do slapstick with women because, in a way, we have a block to it because we're like, oh,
It
we don't
seems
want
like
to see...
it might be abuse.
Yeah.
What a great casting choice to have her play that role. She has the perfect voice for it. I think David Spade was another inspired choice because they seemed to craft the character around him. John Goodman, I'm not so sure of.
John Goodman was playing the likable, down-to-earth guy. His name literally means earth in Incan.
With John Goodman, the whole package is what you want. If you just get the voice, I'm not so sure. You brought up something when you were summarizing over there on the couch, and this is a crucial piece of information that I didn't pay attention to, is that he just turned 18. Mm-hmm. So that makes his character a lot less unlikable because you realize that he's a kid who doesn't know how to be an adult yet.
Yeah, and a kid that they establish in an early shot, when they show him as a baby and he breaks a doll and 12 more dolls are delivered to him, that kid's life is ruined. He's king, but he's a monster now.
Because all these people who he rules are just so many dolls to him. The worst thing about this movie, the title.
Yes.
It's so stupid.
It's such a 90s title.
And I don't think it was that trailer that I saw. I think it was the title. You see that and you think, that's a stupid movie. Skipping it.
Takes the groove from how Stella got her groove back, and it puts it in the title of a Hans Christian Andersen
Which
story.
this has nothing
to do with it. Yes.
So the title does a real disservice to this movie.
Now let's look at what David Mamet may or may not have said. One of the most brilliantly innovative scripts Hollywood has produced in years. I don't believe he said that, because I don't think Mamet would have called this innovative, because it's not.
No, it's not at all.
And that's what makes the movie work so smoothly. There's nothing at all innovative about this movie. You meet a jerk. You meet a nice guy. You know, the nice guy is going to help the jerk become a nice guy.
They go through a series of trials that brings them together and helps the jerk grow.
You have a despicable villain that you love, and you have a sidekick of hers that is very likable.
That's from Aladdin.
It's from everything.
Yeah, right.
So you know from the beginning of the movie how it's going to end.
Yeah.
Little notable thing about this movie? Pregnant. Visibly pregnant. Never done in a Disney movie before. I wish that they didn't show us that he turns into a llama in the opening shot of the movie. That would have been a nice surprise for the few people who didn't know that's what the movie was about. I think they did that just so kids wouldn't get frightened when he does turn into a llama.
I think they did that so kids wouldn't get frightened when they think he drinks poison.
Oh. There is that too.
The Emperor's New Groove is now concluded, and now it's time for us to groove on over to Seen It.
Seen it.
Seen It.
Seen it.
Time to do Seen It.
Seen it, my pretties. Did she say my pretties? She should say my pretties at some
She didn't
point.
say my pretties. We'll start this Seen It with a cartoon. MC writes, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse blew away expectations I had for it. The characters and music were great, and the animation work was fantastic. Seen It.
Seen it. Yes, to all of that.
Maybe it's not in the canon, but it's one of the more enjoyable Marvel movies I've seen.
Not just enjoyable, but creative. They took a story that in the last 20 years we have heard 3 different times.
The character was very relatable, not just because of the voice actor, but the way he was animated. Just that loose, jangly way he would run. Mm-hmm. You just watch that and you know this is what it's like to be a teenager.
Yeah.
And I like this kid.
You remember that day that you ran like that, and you had that jumping up and slapping signs energy.
Yeah.
It is the superhero movie for people who are tired of superhero movies. Tabby Barnes writes, last week I watched Dead Poet Society for the 10+ time, and it still gets to me. Seen it.
Seen it, yeah. Probably 10+ times.
I went out and bought Immortal Poems of the English Language, edited by Oscar Williams, and it still has point of prominence on my shelf. That book is torn apart, underlined, bookmarks every other page. due to Dead Poet Society. It is a movie for teenagers.
Oh, yeah.
I understand that teachers really don't like that movie because that's not how you teach things.
I was shown to it by a teacher who was like, you guys you have to see this. There's so much ballyhoo about be yourself.
Yeah.
But I think the more important thing is find out what yourself is before you can be it. And I think that's what this movie is about, and about the power of things like poetry and drama really getting inside you and unlocking who you really are.
Yes.
There's nothing that's more of a pain in the ass than someone who's being themselves and they don't know what they are yet.
That movie is a romance movie for boys. And there's very little actual romance in it. It just makes teenage boys swoon. And I swooned harder than anyone else for that movie.
Culinary Bamf. Have you seen CBGB's with Alan Rickman? It is an entertaining, if not entirely accurate, look at the early days of the legendary punk landmark and some of the bands that got their start there. Seen it.
Possibly the CB and CBGB stands for Culinary Bamf.
If you like punk rock music,
And who doesn't?
you won't care how average this movie is. They use this comic book framing device, which doesn't work and at times just seems stupid. Alan Rickman is a strange choice to play Hilly Crystal, but he makes it work because he's a great actor and very much too soon departed. I'm going to describe to you my favorite scene in the movie. It's when Hilly first meets the Ramones. The Ramones are all standing there and they're looking a little sheepish. And Joey says, "We've got 4 songs. I don't want to walk around with you. I don't want to be learned. I don't want to be tamed. I don't want to go down in the basement." And Hilly says, "You got any songs about what you do like?" And they look at each other. "We're working on one." And Hilly says, "They're gonna hate you."
I went to CBGB's once.
Nice.
I walked in and it smelled like 40 years of beer and cigarettes. And I thought, Poker Joker 811 writes, "Seen it? Throw Mama from the train." Seen it.
Seen it, yes.
In the theaters, I saw it.
There's a certain type of dark comedy movie that you only find in the 80s. And this is one of those. Mm-hmm. I really like Danny DeVito in this. He really demonstrates some range.
Yeah, he's very childish. He's like a baby man.
The scene where he shows Billy Crystal his coin collection, this is a dime. This is a nickel. It starts off as a dumb joke. Then it becomes this really moving monologue about his father and about, things that happened to him in the past.
I was kind of turned off from it because I wasn't expecting it to have such a dark tone, despite the fact that I knew it was going to be dark going in. It's called Throw Mama from the Train. It really is about a couple of really desolate men.
Yeah. If you want to try something new or just go someplace nice and familiar, you can go to our website, welcometothebasementshow.com. There is every episode we've ever made on there, including this one, and there are PayPal donation buttons that you can click on to help support our show.
What?
Support from viewers such as Mika, who says, "Longtime fan from Finland. Round of thumb kisses on me." You have mentioned John Waters in passing before, but what are your real feelings about him and his films? I certainly think that we need more John Waters. We need more people who make films that are so personal that they're unmistakable. To find out who the rest of our donors are and to see the contents of our mail crate, you can watch Unboxing, which is coming out this coming Friday.
Yes!
The Emperor's New Groove is now old news. You can come back next time and join us for the beginning of Sci-Fi July. And now you can watch this.
She's hiding something. When I give the word, we search the house.
Okay, but I still have 94 monkeys to go.
The amazing thing is, Eartha Kitt did all of those stunts, even though it was a cartoon. She could do that.
That's how dedicated she is.
Yes.
I'm going to kill